This reading is an Angel Hour Soul Journey read to connect the viewer who's been noticing a certain number appearing in their life, significant events happening at the time connected to this reading. This reading is to assist you in your current life's journey. Okay, we have two. I'll take both. First, we have Go For It, 2323. If you have a project that is dear to your heart and you feel a strong connection to it, saying 2323 is a positive sign that the angels are encouraging you to pursue it. Trust in yourself and the guidance you receive, whether it comes from within or from external sources. And then we have Embrace Change, which this one has appeared in combination in prior reads. 555 represents a major shift and transition in your life. It's a sign that positive changes are unfolding and that you are being guided towards new opportunities and experiences. The angels are encouraging you to embrace these changes and have faith in the divine plan that is unfolding for you. So, those numbers are the primary anchors for this Angel Hour read. And along with the messages there for advice, let's see what patterns, what connections are there for you to a possible past life, Victorian era, 1837 to 1901 CE. The height of the British Empire during Queen Victoria's reign, marked by industry and colonialism. So height of the British Empire, looks like a life that was in Britain, in London, primarily. We have the image here of the Big Ben clock and Parliament. Have you been attracted to England, following the news of that country, the history of the British Empire? Is that an interest for you, or has it recently become an interest? Okay, those might be ways that you can confirm that this reading is for you. So next we'll take a look at a profession that you may have had in this past life, this past journey that now has some message for you, some benefit. Okay, well, you know what? We have two. This is the first time I've had, so we had two numbers. We're also getting two professions, kind of opposite types of work. We have warrior and we have priest, and maybe it came in that order, warrior, priest. You may have been a soldier, a knight, an officer, or samurai living a life of bravery, combat, and honor. In a time of colonialism, there would be many officers, many soldiers that would have been instrumental in advancing the empire and the goals of growth. And it would be a very violent way of life, or maybe just a very structured life. if you were a soldier coming into an area that had already been conquered. But at some point, a priest, spiritual leader in ancient or religious civilizations, conducting rituals and guiding communities. So this may have been a past life, maybe connecting to a soul who moved towards peace in maybe the second half of life, with the way that those cards appeared in this chronological order of being a warrior, soldier, to priest, moving on to a peaceful way of life. And now we're going to pull 3 potential themes that may have existed, may have contributed to a life progression of becoming a priest later in life. The first one we have is an unfinished element of life of betrayal, a deep friendship that ended due to betrayal or misunderstanding, waiting for reconciliation. So that is something that was left unfinished in this past life. There was a desire for reconciliation, an important connection. And we have this challenge of guilt, living with worry and the emotional burden of guilt from past actions or mistakes. The red here of this challenge draws me right away to the red robes that the priest is wearing. And certainly guilt could lead one to seeking a peaceful life, of being a spiritual leader. Feeling darkness and violence as a soldier could definitely create guilt in a soul and weigh you down, whereas spirituality and coming into work that is uplifting to others, to communities, to civilizations as a whole, that could have relieved some of the guilt. But we have this betrayal or broken friendship that's left here. So we also have unhealed trauma. And maybe there was some release of it, since this came out in the reverse. None of these cards are set to be reversals. We have here a traumatic experience that was not healed in a past life, continuing to affect emotional well-being. So a lot of difficulty there. Broken friendship, guilt, and unhealed trauma. And there was probably an attempt to heal that trauma, but in this past life, that was not accomplished. Healing. It's funny too, I have amethyst, which is a stone that is known for its healing properties, that it should appear here. I don't know, it's just, I normally have another stone, quartz, this deck, but today we have the amethyst. And okay, let's take a look at what closed the opportunity to resolve these difficult matters in this past life. How did this past life end? One, heartbreak. Oh, you died after a long period of suffering caused by emotional pain, heartbreak, or deep sorrow. Sorry. So, that can often be a cause of death when someone is lost, or there's a sudden loss of a loved one, very acute loss in life, some type of trauma. The heart can give out. It's happened so many times. It's a known almost cause of death. And are you coming to some type of space in your life where you're feeling the weight of a broken friendship or close connection that is also tied to some unhealed trauma that's also being dealt with as you carry around heavy guilt? So this was the situation in the past. If you're reliving a similar pattern in your life today, this is an opportunity for you to focus in and heal from this. And maybe to seek again a spiritual path. And one that allows you to release some of this guilt. I'm going to take a Lenormand card to kind of get a better idea, kind of link to what may be behind this. What maybe even some focus that maybe could be taken. Because when I think of the angel messages that connect to this reading, we have go for it and we have embrace change. And these things can be anchors that hold us back. So we have arch, connections, transitions, growth. And we have we're here at the bottom of the deck, kind of in the background that maybe we can't see yet. We have finances, abundance, material success, which could be tools towards doing good, towards balancing, which I'm really noticing the fish here, the way that they almost balance out the frame. It makes me think of the yin yang symbol. But okay, the first one though, the card that came out was arch, connections, transitions, and growth. That is the same really as embrace change. Transition, right? Major shift and transitions in your life. Positive change. So put your energy then. This is like a way of advice, and which we kind of have, with the angel hours that anchor this read, to embrace change, to shift, and to transition. And there's a big focus on positive. Taking encouraging energies that come your way, trusting. And it can be hard to trust or even think of trusting when you're weighed with, the weight is guilt, the weight is trauma. But don't stay in the trauma, because you have time to make a change. You have time to turn away from the weight of this negativity and to move towards crossing over to growth, crossing over to connection. So don't leave connections in your life. Don't abandon connection in your life. If you're feeling the weight of guilt, the weight of trauma, don't let that stop you from connecting to positive, to creating arches. Arches are in a way like bridges to connecting with others. Is the trauma that you feel connected to relationships that maybe you walked away from? If you had to walk away from someone who's caused you drama, or not drama, maybe it's just drama, needless drama, but real trauma, sometimes you cannot save those relationships because everyone is on their own soul journey, but you can seek out connections that allow for a positive exchange of energy, seeking the highest good for yourself and others. You may recognize these similar types of trauma in others, and it might be easier for you to connect with those people sometimes, and maybe also at the same time keep a little bit of distance. But in forming connections to others who have healed, who have put their energy into helping to heal the world that we live in, that can be a way for you to move past heartbreak, to move past difficulties in this current journey of a life that you have today, that comes with the opportunities to heal these past patterns, these past themes, possibly avoid coming into situations of heartbreak. It may mean that you need to form new connections, but just positive ones, embracing change, not holding on to negative patterns. And it seems in this life there was a great movement towards change, towards a life of violence and control to a life of peace and spirituality, healing. And you have the opportunity now in this life. Let's get a little more of a focus on when this opportunity may present itself in your life today. Maybe you've already recognized points of trauma, guilt that you're carrying, and you may already be transitioning towards a peaceful life that will bring about the repair that your soul is needing to make in your life to complete maybe what has started in the past. We have waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. So that's part of the cycle of the moon. That's every month. So you have an ongoing opportunity to possibly mend broken friendships, to let go of guilt, and to heal trauma, as well as create arches of connection to grow. And, as it said here, that is bringing about positive change, abundance, and material success. So this energetic change that is here for you, an opportunity for you every month, so continually now. This is your call to make those positive changes. Don't hold back. Don't keep yourself stuck and miss the opportunity, this continual opportunity that you now have in your life to reach the goal that may have been set in the past. Now is the time. And you can look at the cycles of the moon for when we have a waxing moon. I think we're coming right up on a full moon. So the time is quickly approaching for you, and the opportunity is here again for you to take advantage of the wonderful life and support that you now have. The angels are rooting for you, and this message is really probably just a little bit of a reminder of the wonderful opportunities that you have in this life. So don't wait. Got a few days, I think, maybe a week or two, but go ahead and look it up. All right, all the best. I hope that this message inspires you if you're connecting to this read.